Analysis of the sources of human happiness and suffering. Everyone, at some point, has experienced moments of happiness and moments of suffering. Where do happiness and suffering come from? What factors cause them? At the root, there is nothing wrong with this world. If there is a mistake, it lies within ourselves. If Adam and Eve had heeded the warning of the Garden of Eden's owner and not eaten the forbidden fruit, they would not have experienced the pain of being expelled from Eden. Thus, their suffering originated from themselves. They created their own unhappiness and pain. By observing each individual's happiness and suffering, we find that when traced to their origins, the source is invariably oneself. Upon further exploration, we discover that the singularity or fermentation point leading to one's happiness or suffering is how one responds to the words, emotions, attitudes, and behaviors of familiar people. If one responds to others' words with warmth and gentleness, emotions with joy and pleasure, attitudes with elegance and positivity, and behaviors with care and love, then the feedback received from those around will generally be happiness. Conversely, if one responds to others' words negatively, emotions with anger and disgust, attitudes with rudeness, and behaviors with harm, then the feedback will predominantly be suffering. We also find that those closest to us are the ones most likely to bring happiness or suffering. Parents, children, spouses, lovers, neighbors, relatives, friends, classmates, colleagues, superiors, subordinates, idols, and fans are the primary sources of our happiness or suffering. Middle-aged and elderly people in particular should resonate deeply with this observation, having experienced much helplessness, sorrow, and unspoken pain in their interactions with close ones. Understanding the sources of each person's happiness and suffering, we should effectively address this issue, maximizing happiness and minimizing suffering. However, an evident and unfortunate fact is that humanity has existed for thousands of years without fundamentally resolving this issue. People have tried to alleviate conflicts and tensions between individuals through moral and ethical teachings, but neither promoting gentleness and humility nor advocating benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and faith, nor religious doctrines or legal approaches have thoroughly resolved the troubles and suffering in human interactions. The birth of Life Chanyuan, especially the new model of human production and life it created, has effectively alleviated the pain associated with close relationships. 15 years of practice in the second home model demonstrate that people can live together harmoniously, not only bringing more joy, happiness, and pleasure, but also significantly reducing the troubles and suffering in human interactions. This is a point of serious consideration for anyone struggling with close relationships. Humanity's age-old troubles and suffering can only be resolved by the new production and life model established by Life Chanyuan, the second home model, December 1st, 2023.